Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Gonna start with A Course in Miracles, lesson 233. I give my life to God today. Mother, I give you all my thoughts today. I would have none of mine in place of them. Give me your own. I give you all my acts as well, that I may do your will instead of seeking goals which cannot be obtained, and wasting time in vain imaginings. Today I come to you. I will step back and merely follow you. Be you the guide and I the follower, who questions not the wisdom of the infinite, nor love whose tenderness I cannot comprehend, but which is yet your perfect gift to me. Today we have one guide to lead us on, and as we walk together, we will give this day to her with no reserve at all. This is her day, and so it is a day of countless gifts and mercies unto us. Okay, so the question for today, I'm doing a new thing where I start with a question. So the question is, and also you can put your questions in the comments and I'll do one for you. Okay, so the question is, what is my purpose? So if you want to just concentrate on that. Okay, and I did a little prayer before I started. I actually want to start with the Ascended Masters cards, which I don't think I've used before on here, but I used to use them a lot. You can even see I used to like put them out because they were to inspire me, so some of them are faded. Okay, this is the Ascended Masters Guidebook by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so what is my purpose? Okay. We have drink more water and the power of joy. I like joy. The other day I was asking my son what his purpose was, and he said what everybody's purpose is to be happy and enjoy life. Okay. Let's just see if there's any more in here that want to come out. Ooh. Trust and see the other person's point of view. Okay, I think we'll leave it at that. Okay. Drink more water. I might have to change my glasses. I had to go up a level. This card comes to you as a sign that your body is thirsty for pure water. Symptoms such as fatigue, difficulty in concentrating, irritation, and excessive hunger can actually be dehydration in disguise. Water helps you flush harsh energies and toxins that your sensitive body might otherwise absorb. Bless your water before drinking it to give yourself a boost of positive energy. Ocean is an African goddess of rivers and waters. She helps women appreciate and enjoy their feminine beauty and sensuality. Both men and women can call upon Ocean for help with their romantic life, increased attractiveness and self-esteem, and any situation involving water or the flow of abundance. That is really funny because I actually asked about abundance before when I was praying. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. And flow, being in the flow. So allowing about abundance to come to you. And water is key. The power of joy. To find your desired outcome, follow the path of joy. Oh my God, listen, your life's purpose is supported by the joy and passion you feel when you're thinking about or working on your purpose. Oh, that's beautiful. The sun is coming out. The joy that you feel within relationships keeps them alive, exciting, and growing. The joy that comes from your hobbies gives you extra energy. Of all the emotions, joy has the highest energy vibration. Joy has the power to remove all obstacles and attract all of your needs. So what brings you joy? Joy reminds us that we needn't suffer at all. We can fulfill our purpose, help ourselves and others, and heal through the power of joy. That's beautiful. Maitreya, who's also called Hotei, I don't know how you say these, Laughing Buddha and Lord Maitreya, is the familiar image of the smiling rotund Buddha. His name means the loving one. He lived as a Buddhist monk who was renowned for his compassion and generosity. Some Buddhists believe that Maitreya is the future Buddha who will succeed Siddhartha Gautama as the next Buddha. Call upon Maitreya to increase your happiness and joy. Trust, Vishnu. Okay. You can trust the situation you're inquiring about. The solid foundation of your situation gives it a trustworthy basis. Keep purifying your motivations so that they're completely about love and service to elevate the energy and experiences even further. Trust that your prayers are being answered even if you don't yet have evidence. You're on the right path. Trust your gut feelings and intuitions. Vishnu is the Hindu god who works alongside the gods Brahma and Shiva to preserve the world. He brings about harmony when powers become unbalanced and provides protection and mercy to all. A benevolent and loving deity, Vishnu can help you feel safe about your current and future life. Did I show you this one already? Okay. And see the other person's point of view. Avalokitesvara. I'm probably butchering that one too. See the other person's point of view. Sometimes they tell you how to say it in here, but they don't tell you in this one. You have strong emotions about this situation, and you may feel upset, misunderstood, or used. Okay, I was struggling with a situation with someone, and anger was coming up. This card comes to you as a pathway to peace by asking you to consider others' points of view. You don't need to agree with these other individuals. You simply ask to understand their motivations and to have compassion for their feelings. This process can positively shift the energy of power struggles, much like letting go of a rope during a tug of war. As you see the other person's point of view, you open the door for creative solutions to enter. But also, I am a marriage and family therapist, a couples therapist, and I do see others, like I can see both sides, which helps me to be a better therapist. But I'm becoming a spiritual life coach now, so I'm shifting into that. I think it's still important to see everyone's point of view. Avalokitesvara is an Eastern deity who watches over the world and hears all prayers. He's considered to be the male energy form of Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. Avalokitesvara has elected to purpose his own ascension into Buddhahood, or to postpone his, has elected to postpone his own ascension into Buddhahood until all of humanity is free. Until then, he's readily available to anyone who calls upon him for help and spiritual growth concerns. Okay, that's cool. So now I want to get some cards from the archetype cards, because I think these might also be helpful in finding our purpose. So what is my purpose? I don't think this is mine, but engineer. Anyone? And a virgin. Okay. So, the engineer, ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. That's the light attributes. The shadow attribute is reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. Ooh, I'm out of breath today. I don't know what that's about. I'm a Pisces, so I pick up on everybody's energy. Okay, and the Virgin, light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. And the shadow attribute is fear of intimate union. Okay. So ability to give creative energy a practical expression. A talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. The engineer and the virgin. Purity of spirit. So the virgin is purity of spirit, which that's kind of what I'm all about, like aligning with your spirit. My name is True Spirit, warrior goddess. Okay. What do you want to name yourself? Okay. Storyteller and victim. Okay. The ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. And the shadow attribute is making up tales that harm others. So the light attribute is ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. And the victim attribute, light attribute, prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So the light attribute of the victim is you can see that, you observe the victim, and you have experience being a victim. So now you know what you need to do to not be a victim. And also you have the compassion not to victimize others. Playing the victim for positive, this is a shadow attribute, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity. Inability to maintain personal boundaries. So not being the victim, the light aspects require you to be discerning about who you're around and how you I like this image of boundaries better than the other one. The other one was about putting up boundaries. The idea that of keeping yourself in a boundary. So keeping yourself in that sacred space. Maybe just another way to look at it. But you've learned the lessons of what it means to be victimized. So now you are more protective and caring of yourself and protective of your energy and where you put that and what you expose yourself to. And that is part of your purpose. And maybe it also gives you compassion for others who have experienced some of the things that you've experienced, and that is part of your gift. Spirit's talking through me to me right now. So maybe you have been victimized by others. And we're being called upon to keep our hearts open and understand our own lessons, which is to protect our own energy and not to overgive when people aren't ready to receive, because that's not valuing ourselves. But just to allow joy to come out of us and to find our joy, and to we don't have to sacrifice ourselves. Find our joy. It's still coming through me, and I'm not, sometimes spirit speaks differently to everyone and has different ways, but I think it speaks through me in a lot of different ways. But right now, it's just a quiet stillness kind of beingness that I will get more of later. Okay, so I'm going to now get some cards from the Light Seers Tarot. What is thy purpose? I just got the message that, like, your purpose is in every moment, and it can change and shift in every moment. So our ability is to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So what is your specific practical expression? And maintain a symbolic purity of heart and spirit that goes with the power of joy. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. And maintaining your boundaries. Okay, we got strength. 10 of Pentacles. The Emperor upside down. I heard that's not a good one. That's not a good, but it actually might be teaching us something, that this shadow, and And then we got the Eight of Pentacles. The shadow side of things is just teaching us. Don't be afraid of the shadow, and integrate it. Okay, so I want to see what the Emperor is, the upside down Emperor. Unchecked power, being overly pragmatic and rigid, corruption, selfishness, defensiveness, a desire for control, being stubborn. Okay. That is the shadow side. The light seer side is the divine masculine, authority, power, a natural leader, structure, strategic, and analytical thinking, taking action, promotion. So the Emperor's message is one of ambitions met and success found. Often seen as the card of the divine masculine, the Emperor brings forth a desire to build a better world, one brick at a time. Use your mind as well as your heart and rise in power as you lead your own evolution. While becoming your own emperor means infinite possibility for your success, it also means addressing any issues you harbor around authority, control, and willpower. You may need to work your magic within the confines of establishment, but remember that the organizing principles of societies are fluid over time. Remain flexible and keenly aware of your own energetic boundaries and motives. Yeah, I knew it had to do with that. I think it has to do with the victim. Find opportunities to be of service to others as you build your empire. Step into this fiery energy of success and rise, sweet light seer. Embody confident compassion, leadership, and exercise sovereignty over your own reality. The world is yours. I lead the circumstances in my world with confidence, harmony, and generosity. Okay, I'm going to turn that back over because we made the affirmation. Strength. And that's the number 8. Courage, calmness, quiet strength, influence, graceful leadership, gifted healer, purity of thought and heart, spiritual matters, compassion, sometimes lust or animal instinct. Brave, sweet seer, embody your light and shine courageously in the face of danger or uncertainty. Step into patience and fierce serenity as you exert your graceful influence for the greater good. There is great fortitude in your calm heart and a gentle demeanor which will not be mistaken for weakness when you share your gift of relentless love with the world. Allow confidence and composure to guide you toward your desires without the use of excessive force or aggression. Mindful awareness will be much more useful than rigid control right now. This card reminds you to stand strong in your beliefs and desires and to remain steady as you bring compassion to your current situation. You are powerful, and your purity of heart will be a beacon of strength and inspiration to those around you. And the affirmation is, I deliberately bring my compassion and strength forward, and I use them for good. It's funny because my boyfriend said this was the card that he saw me as. Okay. Ten of Pentacles. Spiritual and material abundance, community, generosity, wealth, and prosperity, building a legacy. I am successful and I share my wealth with those I love. Okay, and then the Eight of Pentacles. Mastering a skill and expert craftsmanship, the Meraki that you put into your work, methodical progress, patience and determination, soul purpose. Soul purpose. Patience and determination are the best ways to ensure your success. Mastering this skill takes time and perseverance, and shortcuts are not the best path forward as you build your experience. Remain dedicated in excellence and to developing your unique form. Study, practice, improve, and thrive for your Meraki, your love, your soul, and your energetic essence. That's what Meraki is. Into your work and bring it in a consistent, methodical way. Perfect your craft and imbue joy into the repetitive things that you find yourself doing. Find flow in the details, no matter what it is that you find yourself dedicated to. If you know it's time to move on to something more inspiring, find your plan to do so. Okay, that's talking to me right now. I don't know if it's talking to you. Consistent action is called for, and often we feel blocked right before we expand into new levels. It's okay to be imperfect as you learn. As you become the master, find joy in self-improvement to help you get there. With loving determination, I persevere and I become the person I long to be. Okay. I'm just going to get a couple messages from the guides, and then we're going to end this reading for today. But please put down in the comments if you have a question you want to be answered, and also like and subscribe to my channel. And let's spread love and light and the courage to be yourself. Release toxic relationships. I got that the other day. And express your feelings. I might have gotten both of these the other day. Release toxic relationships and express your feelings. Release toxic relationships. In order for a soul to thrive, it needs to be an environment of love and harmony. I think it's related to this one. And also this one. When there is discordance or imbalance, the soul suffers and the body is often left with emotional or physical pain. Oftentimes, souls like you who are making progress on their spiritual path will attract others who may be drawn to your light and can siphon off your energy, leaving you feeling depleted and empty. It is always the first impulse of the evolved soul to want to assist their fellow travelers who seem to be struggling. But there comes a time when you must realize that their path and your path have little in common, and that it is best that you part ways. Sometimes a soul will be brought into your journey just so you can prove to yourself that you have the wherewithal to release them. Toxic relationships come in all forms and can be detrimental in many ways. In your life, attempt to release those who are not in accordance with your being and do not inspire your soul. You may need to restructure your sense of healthy boundaries with people in your life. Do not allow your kindness to be mistaken as an entry for others to mistreat you. Life is too short to be with others who are not enjoying the adventure and aren't helping you co-create a world you want to live in. Choose your joy. That's really how you spread love and light and help others. And I'm talking to you and I'm talking to me. Express your feelings. I need to be reminded of this. Because I sacrificed myself for others. I'm still kind of doing it because I'm letting go, trying to let go of an old role. But I don't know what's coming, so that's scary. Express your feelings. All your feelings are valid and should be honored. But I guess I got to make a plan anyway. You are experiencing these thoughts and emotions for a reason. Never let anyone judge your feelings as silly or inconsequential, because they are obviously manifesting within you for a reason. You have the right of self-expression, and it is imperative on your road of self-enlightenment and awareness. It is vital that you, as a human being, release and express all that is within you in a safe, loving manner. So I always tell people too, if you want to get some emotions out and you want to uncover what's there, talk to a chair, like yell at a chair. Whatever you need to do, express yourself to a chair. You're not hurting that chair. If you express yourself to a person, you're going to hurt them. And I learned this in Gestalt therapy because I really was angry at my parents when I was going through my marriage and family therapy training program, because I wasn't treated the way that I felt like I should have been in my family. I was treated differently than my sisters, and I wasn't treated as well. It was really unfair the way I was treated, and so I was angry about it, and I wanted to express that to them. And what I found was they couldn't hear me, they didn't want to hear me, but what I found was that it didn't really matter. What mattered was that I heard me, and I could acknowledge my own pain and move through it. That was what was important. So people ask, like, why is it important to feel your feelings? It's important to feel your feelings because that's honoring yourself and your own experience. And it's also like letting them go and allowing them to move through you and teach you the lessons that move you forward in life. So it's vital that you experience your feelings. They connect you to life. They connect you to yourself. They connect you to others. So that's what's important. And people say, well, I can't change how I feel, and I can't change the experience, so why should I feel them? Well, I just told you why. Maybe you can't change the experience, but you can change your experience. When you feel your feelings, you change your experience. Where was I? Be kind and respectful, yet speak your truth. You should never keep a feeling, thought, or emotion bottled inside. You are energy, and energy flows. When you create a stoppage by suppressing your valid emotions, they are left to fester within you, and you block everything. You block energy coming towards you. And some of that energy is loving energy and money and abundance, and you don't want to block that, right? Then you are not in harmony, and you are creating dis-ease to the natural flow of energy. Your thoughts and emotions should always come from a space of compassion. Always examine your feelings before sharing them. Are you coming from a place of love or a place of judgment? It is a fine art indeed to be able to express your feelings while at the same time boistering the spirit of another. By bringing your truth out kindly, you are letting yourself know that you are being honest to yourself while being empathetic to them. Okay, so after this video, I'm going to put somebody in a chair. Not really, we're going to imagine them. That's what you do. And I'm going to express what I need to express because I'm still feeling some resentment and some anger towards them, and it's blocking my flow. And it's blocking my abundance, and it's blocking my higher vibration. So that's what I'm going to do. Actually, you want to see me do that? Then you know how to do it, and you can kind of get from it. It's very vulnerable. So me doing this is a little bit vulnerable. And actually, I'm trying to think whether you would kind of be able to. Yeah, I'm going to try it. All right. So I have a somewhat empty chair in front of me. It's not completely empty. There's a bunch of cords on it. It's funny. There's a bunch of cords on it because I want to cut the cords of toxic relationships, right? So I'm going to wipe those off there. But I'm going to do it after I yell at them. Okay, so there's an empty chair in front of me. And I'm going to tell this person what I feel. You made a promise to me, and I thought you were being real. I thought you valued me, and I thought you valued our relationship. I thought you were really trying. I thought you were going to at least try. That would have been all that I wanted, for you to at least try, but you pretended to try. And it's okay that it's over. But I feel that you're still trying to hurt me through other people. And that is not okay. Okay, so I just recognized that that was about my boundary, allowing them to still hurt me through other people. In doing that exercise with the chair, I realized that it was about my own boundary. Like, as an empath, I learned this from Aaron Doughty, his videos. I really like him. He talks a lot about empaths and narcissists, and how we have the same core wound. And I think probably I was a narcissist at one point and then became an empath. But the empath doesn't have boundaries. They go outside of themselves because they needed to in their families of origin to protect themselves. So they projected themselves outside so they could see all the danger and protect themselves from it. And I still do that, and when I do that, I'm not being sovereign. I'm not maintaining my own boundaries. So it's about this, like, staying in our own boundary, staying in my own boundary, and sometimes not jumping out to see the other person's point of view or perspective. Just having that compassion for myself and staying there, having compassion for them, maybe seeing their perspective, but from inside of myself. And that's something I'm still, like, working on, is not jumping out and staying in my own boundary. And it involves trust, like trusting myself and that I'm okay in this present moment and I'm safe. And I don't feel safe with people that are in that narcissistic energy. So that's part of it. But I am safe in here. I am safe, and it's just about maintaining that boundary and learning that. So I'm learning that. So I'm going to cut all these cords now. I'm going to take them out of the chair. And that's going to be an energetic cutting of cords. And I'm going to maintain my own boundary. So that is what chair work can do. And that's kind of a little demonstration of that. All right, so I hope that helps, and I hope you find your purpose or whatever you're looking for. And please, again, put down in the comments if you want me to do a reading for you and you have a question, because I love doing this. It's really fun. And right now I'm not charging. I'm doing this for free, but eventually I'm probably, I don't know what I'm going to do eventually, but I'm finding my way to joy. Okay, I love you and I bless you on your journey, and I see the light in you. Let's spread joy, love, and happiness.